How to never feel awkward around a woman. See, most men, we think that awkwardness comes from not knowing what to say about confidence, lines, charisma, timing. What if I told you it's not? Awkwardness comes from trying to manage how you're perceived in real time. Because the moment you start monitoring yourself, the moment you start adjusting, the moment you start performing, you disconnect from presence. And women feel that immediately. So in this video, I'm going to break down why awkwardness has nothing to do with social skills and everything to do with internal pressure. The pressure is gone. You don't need tactics. You don't need confidence tricks. You don't need to work on yourself like most people tell you to. You become grounded and awkwardness disappears. It goes away on its own. Here's a truth that most won't tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyways, because it's going to help you. And watch to the end, because I promise you, you will never feel awkward again. Around women, around people, nothing. Awkwardness is not a personality trait. It's a stress response. It only happens when you care about how an outcome will determine. Better yet, you want an outcome. You care how it goes. You don't trust yourself without approval. So immediately, your nervous system goes into management mode. Now these thoughts start creeping in. What do I say? How do I look? Did that land? Should I add more? And the irony is, the more you try to stop being awkward, the more you try to remove awkwardness, the more awkward you become. Because you're no longer here. You're no longer in the present moment. You're in your head. Women aren't reacting to your words. They're reacting to your internal state. That's why two men can say the exact same thing and get two different responses. I know many of you guys will say, oh, it's because he's not attractive or he's more... Let's imagine they're both the same attraction level. Two men can say the exact same thing, but get two different responses. Why is that? Because one is moving in a space of comfort, confidence, does not care whatsoever of how she is perceiving him, how she responds. Meanwhile, the other, he is completely in his mind. Before he says something, he's thinking about it 1,000 times, imagining that it won't go well, imagining that she is going to take it that he is awkward, imagining that a lot of different things, guys. Think about it in your personal life. When you tell yourself, I can't do something, when you tell yourself, I'm nervous before your game, before your event, before something, when you think you won't be able to succeed, when you think you won't be able to achieve it, when you think you are looking weird, how you think you will be perceived when you go into that event, when you go into that meet, when you go into whatever thing that you have in line. You will start seeing the results of what your internal thoughts are, because your frequency is not where it needs to be. You are imagining that you are being perceived in this light, so you will be perceived in this light. Does that make sense? That's why I'm always big on don't overthink it. Why do I say that in every end of the video? Why do I tell you to never overthink things? To don't start doubting yourself. The more you doubt yourself, the more you get in this constant loop, the more you overthink in your head, you start thinking you're awkward, you're going to be awkward. The more you are in tune and you tell yourself, oh, nah, she will like me for who I am. I bring a lot to the table. I'm a good looking guy. You're going to be perceived in that. It's not because whatever you say, whatever you think goes. It's because how you move based off your alignment. When you think that people will love your company when you come into a room, most likely they're going to love your company. Because you present yourself better, you feel more in tune, you feel more connected. You have these negative thoughts in your mind, you start doubting yourself, you start thinking, I am awkward, I'm not looking this good, you will slowly start to see what you imagine. This is where the big shift happens. This is the shift that most men never make. Many think confidence is something you add to your attributes. That once you have that, it's like the final stages. But nah, because in reality, confidence is what's left after you remove pressure. Understand this and truly understand this. Awkward men are not insecure. They're trying to control the moment instead of being free, instead of flowing, just like water. They are trying to control the outcome. They are trying to have things go the way they planned it to be. Instead of falling in alignment, instead of being centered, instead of understanding that it will be okay and not to overthink it. calm man doesn't try to impress, steer, rescue silence, or force connections. He lets the moment breathe, and silence doesn't scare him because silence doesn't threaten his identity. He knows exactly who he is. That's the difference. This is why I say doing less will always make you more attractive, desirable. Why doing less in any aspect, whether life, business, this, that, is always more. Remember, I've mentioned attraction isn't built off effort. It never is. No matter how much you try to go and be fly, no matter how you try to, it's never on how much effort you put into it. It's built through non-need. You don't got to do much. You don't got to do anything at all, honestly. Because when you do less, your body slows down. Your voice settles. Your eyes stop darting. Your energy stops leaking. Women immediately read that as this man is centered here. He doesn't expect this to go any way. He doesn't expect this to go a certain way. He's grounded. And grounded presence is rare. That's why doing less always works. Not because it's a trick though. It's because it reflects inner stability. Let me give you a real life example. As we mentioned in our last video, at parties, you will notice something entirely different. You will notice something interesting. Most dudes are yapping. They're trying to be funny. They're being loud, jumping into every conversation, over explaining, oversharing. They think that's confidence. They think that shows charisma. They think that shows that they are content, right? Maybe they had a couple drinks in them and they're feeling good. Meanwhile, the other guy, you are sitting over there in the back, relaxing, observing, not chasing attention. And here's what will always happen. I guarantee you this, and if you can relate, let me know in the comments down below. Women will start to naturally come near you. It's not because you were the loudest. It's not because you worked to be seen. It's not because you worked the hardest. It's because you weren't trying to be seen. Your stillness stands out in chaos. When everybody around you is trying to be noticed, the man who isn't, he becomes magnetic. That's why if you watch my earliest videos, especially I think it was 5 habits that hold you back from success, I tell you to never follow the crowd. Be okay with being yourself. It's okay to stand out. Because when you are in tune with yourself, when you don't try to impress people, when you don't try to be like this person, once you realize that, once you master that, you will start to notice how you attract everything you want in life. I'm talking about everything. Because instead of being a copy, instead of being a duplicate, you are being the original you, your fully authentic self. What you will slowly start to realize, especially in life, when you have no expectations, when you don't set standards on somebody else's perceptions, when you don't try to change how they view you, because the only thing you can control in this life is you. You can't control everything. When you focus on what you can control, energy will flow, because energy flows where focus goes. Does that make sense? Let me give you an example of how this worked in my dating life, and I promise you, if you apply this, you will always get what you want, especially when it comes to females. They think most guys, when you take her out on a date, when you take her out to have a good time, whether going out, bowling, picnic, this, that, when you spend a little bit, they think you want to, let's keep it real. When you lead with no expectations, when you have a good night and, you say, I'm about to take you home right now, immediately that signals in her mind, oh, damn, he's not like the rest of the guys. I promise you this. And they tell me this all the time because, especially in my early days colleges, I realized this, right? I was never the type to ask for pictures, and you know what type of pictures I'm talking about. Never in my life. Never, not once. And I would always start receiving them out of the blue. And I'm not one to like these because I know how to control myself. I don't dive into temptations. What can I do with a picture? I'd rather see you in person and we leave it at that. But I don't watch the hub. I don't do this type of thing. So that doesn't intrigue me. It never does. I most time wouldn't even respond to it. I'd be like, yo, don't send me that. Why? Because now in the back of her mind, she's like, oh, he's not like the rest. What's going on? Is he not feeling me? Damn, maybe I'm not attractive. That's never my intention. My intention is that I just don't want to see that. I have more respect for her. I don't want her to feel like she's obligated. I never like women feeling like they're obligated to send me that type of picture. So now when we're going on dates, when most guys are thinking or they're trying to smash and you feel me? I would always make it seem like I'm not interested whatsoever. All right, I'm about to take you home. You ready? Now we arrived. I will go open the door for her, give her a hug. I'll instantly see if she's looking at me in the eyes. Maybe I'll go in for a kiss her on the cheek. I'll see you, right? It's always on the first day. I promise you, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, oh, you're not trying to come over? Guarantee. Why is that? Because I didn't give her the vibe that I'm trying to come in. I make it seem like I have somewhere to go. I'm busy. If I'm really busy, I will probably say I can't. Now I make her wait. Do you see how the dynamic flips, guys? And if it works for me, it could work for you. But you have to have strong discipline. You have to understand that it's a mind thing. If she is dealing with guys, and most men are trying to, you feel me? So when you stand out, when you're like, no, I'm good, maybe next time, type of energy, what you think is going to happen? That's how they become obsessed with you. That's how they chase you. You have to have more composure, even if you really want to hook up, to smash. And granted, at this time of my life, I was more into that long-term relationship. I wasn't really I would have a lot of women if I was going on dates, meeting on apps, try to hook up. Maybe I'll hook up here and there, but I never gave off that impression that I'm trying to smash, to the point where some might even think you're suspect, right? I'm gonna keep it real, because I knew the game of mind games. I knew that if I was trying to make it seem like I wanted that, she wasn't going to give it to me. I promise you that. But when I have no clear intentions for that, when it's like, it's up to you, right? And then if they offer it, I'm good. Because now I set the tempo. I'm not moving based off her alignment. If she wants me to, I'm good. Maybe next time. Do you understand how you stay calm and you stay centered, when you move like you're the prize, how this dynamic flips? I guarantee you this. If you stayed into this video, if you stayed into this part of the video, if you literally follow the steps I just mentioned, you will always have success, because they are expecting you to do this. So if you do the complete opposite, her attraction for you grows and rises immediately. And then you make her hold off here and there, and then exactly. Now you understand. This is exactly why awkwardness disappears when you remove the outcome, when you release the outcome. The moment you stop needing her approval, her validation, her interest, your nervous system settles. Go in with no expectation. Go in with you don't really care whether she's feeling you or if she's not. She's going to feel you way more. You stop scanning, you stop correcting, you stop chasing reactions. When that happens, your words slow down. You stop correcting. Your posture opens up. Your presence fills the whole room. Because now, you're no longer asking, am I doing this right? You're simply there. That's when awkwardness dies. So please understand that this is just not dating advice, right? This applies to real life. Any situation you can think of. I promise you, this took me years to realize, to master. This is how calm men move through life. This is how you break barriers. This is how you stay in line with your frequency. How you don't let things, if you are always in a state of mind where you need this to go this way, and you're thinking that I can't do it because I want to achieve it, but I don't have it in me. I'm able to, but there's just this. I don't think I know enough. I'm not really there yet. Whether it comes to business, friendships, conflict, pressure, man who stays centered and doesn't rush clarity. He doesn't force outcomes, doesn't react emotionally. And just because of that, people adjust to him. People adjust to you. That's power. This is the key takeaway I want you to, so listen carefully. The key takeaway I want you to take out of this video. You don't fix awkwardness. You simply outgrow it. By reacting less, doing less, needing less, trusting yourself more, you will slowly start to realize that awkwardness is just resistance leaving the body. When you stop fighting the moment starts working for you. So remember, it's all about perception. It's all about how you make it. Life is what, that's why they say life is what you make it. If you want a stressful life, if you have a stressful life, it's because 9 times out of 10, you believe you will have a stressful life in your mind. You are not moving like the man who is completely free from obligations, from expectations. If you want more friends, but in your mind, you are thinking you are a problem maker, you are a bad friend, you are someone that you don't deserve to be around people. You will not have friends in your life. If you are someone that you think you are not a good boyfriend material, if you're not a good husband material, or you don't think that girls find you attractive, regardless of what people tell you. Yes, there might be some people in the comments that it depends on attractive level, but I'm telling you right now, attractiveness, and let's keep it real, attractiveness is based off perception. Someone might not find me attractive, find you attractive, but someone else will. Many people will. If one person finds you attractive, times that by 1 million. Times that by 1. Does that make sense? Feel good about yourself. Understand that you are good. Yes, there are some people that are commonly more attractive towards the mass, if that makes sense. But attractiveness is all about perception, right? And with awkwardness, this is based off your inner alignment. So if you think in your mind you are awkward, you will be perceived as awkward because of how your perception is of yourself, of how you are trying to control the situation instead of just flowing through it, instead of just being there, being still. It's all in your head. The guy that goes to the gym and is worried about how he looks, think about it. A guy that is going to the gym, that is out of shape, but he is stressed and worried and doesn't go to the gym because he is worried about how people would perceive him. When the gym is for those to get in shape. The gym is not for those who are in elite shape to be in only. Does that make sense? The gym is for you to go and get in shape. Do you see how little and quick you can change your reality just based off your thoughts, your inner structure? If you realize that life is based off how you move and how you think, your life will begin to change. Truly understand this, please, because and this is why I'm big on be very mindful of who's around you, who's in your ear, because these opinions, this person's perspective on life, telling you how you are, nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. Only you can, because in here, anything is possible. If you can imagine it, you can manifest it. If you doubt yourself, it will be evident. If this video resonated with you, it's not because you're broken. You were just carrying pressure that was never yours. Stay calm, stay grounded, and do less. Remember, clarity mind, discipline motion. You got this. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, share this video with somebody who needs to see this, and watch this video up next. And I'll catch you guys on to the next one, man. Peace.